Join a magic user named Peony on her journey where the friction of differences between man and magical beings known as Fae leads to dangerous conflicts. This turn-based tactical RPG is inspired from the gameplay of the classic Final Fantasy Tactics, but with a twist where you will collect otherworldly creatures like Pokemon. This is Eric from Hitbox Gaming, and this is a 5-minute review of Fae Tactics. Starting the game with a simple script and a protagonist with an innocent personality, it looked like the story was written for younger audiences. Later on, as the story unfolds, the game will focus on much darker themes such as heresy, war, sacrifices, and death. I honestly thought that they should have started the narrative with more mature topics rather than beginning it with cheesy dialogues, as it made me think that the game would be not interesting. Fortunately, after a few cutscenes and battles, the plot moved forwards and it began to become more riveting. There's a story about a genocide of a whole race, a story about humans creating machines to fight the fake creatures, and a story about some humans who worships a false master that deceives them. And that's just to name a few. There's a lot going on in this game that has an effective way to keep me satisfied. From the main map, you can immediately see what places you can go to. From there, you can see the story missions available, you can do free battles, upgrade your gear, set up your party, and manage your summon units. Everything is just a few clicks away from each other, making the gameplay quick and efficient. Each story mission will trigger a cutscene that will progress the story further. After that, the battle will begin. And it is a lot of fun, especially if you're a fan of tactical turn-based games like I do. The game has an easy to understand mechanics that features a menuless approach. You will have few options to do per turn. You can buff your ally, trigger a wait skill, attack enemies, or use a spell talisman. The enemies are spread across the map as you go near each other and fight for your lives. Positioning is an important aspect of the game, as your damage increases if you attack behind the enemy or if you climb to a higher position. Every character has an element associated with them: fire, ice, water, earth, wind, electric, arcane, or physical, and you need to organize your party carefully in order to counter the enemy's elements. But don't get fooled with the simple mechanics of the game, as it hides a difficulty that becomes really tough, especially in hard difficulty. The game comes with a lot of enemy variation. Every battle requires you to think of different tactics and team composition. Some fights have different conditions to achieve victory. Some battles require you to survive an X number of turns. Some will need you to go to a specific area in the map to escape, and the most common fights require you to defeat the enemy leaders. Boss battles give you challenges that you've never encountered before. In fact, sometimes you need to retreat and grind your character's level by engaging in free battles. As you participate in many fights, your characters will strengthen and you'll have the ability to allocate their trait points. You can reassign these trait points each battle, adjusting to what you need during the fight. Will you play aggressively and increase your offense, play safe and focus on defense, or assign your points on your special abilities? Each character has their own selection of weapons that they can equip. Those weapons will change the element and the abilities of your characters. Like one of my favorite characters in the game, Pichon. He uses his knuckles to trash his enemies asunder. Depending on what weapon he equipped, Pichon will attack twice or 3 times in one attack order. As you defeat enemies along the way, you will have the chance to collect some of them as your own creatures, allowing you to summon them as extra units in future combats. I was very entertained building the team that I will use every fight. You may have up to 3 party members, 3 summon units, and 3 spell talismans per battle. Before a fight starts, you can look around the battlefield and see what elements your enemies are composed of. Then, you can make your decision of what your party composition will be. Just jumping into the battle without planning may lead you to your demise. Fae Tactics features a lengthy campaign, including story missions, side quests, and optional stories. There are some noticeable issues in the pacing of the story, and some might find the grinding annoying. In the aspect of the overall gameplay though, the annoyances are easy to forgive, considering that you can spend hours of quality entertainment out of it. I highly recommend this game for you gamers out there, for it is incredibly fun. And for that, I am gonna give it an A for its astounding lore building, artistic design, and amusing combat system. And that's it for this video. If you want more 5-minute reviews, don't forget to subscribe. Take care guys!